behalf of the Blue Nation, I would like to welcome you to Sweet Home Chicago.
Wait a minute. This is the end of this story. Let's go back 2 weeks. This is not a bear. That's a bear. That's a bear too. But this is not a bear. It's a marsupial. This one is plush because I couldn't find a live one in Chicago. Koalas are really high maintenance animals. They are marsupials who eat eucalyptus leaves and not much more of anything else. They need warm climate and space. There is one place in the world where there is plenty of them. To see it, we'll have to go for a trip across the ocean. This is Bradley International Terminal at Los Angeles Airport. It takes a lot of time to fly from here to Sydney. First, I need to board this gigantic airplane, Airbus A380, a double-decker city with wings. And some 15 hours later, I'm in Sydney with my friends Janusz and Yvonne. What a beautiful place. What a wonderful people. It's February 8th and it's a peak of the Australian summer. Look at this weather. I left Chicago 3 days ago. Chicago is full of snow now. I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. What an awesome city. It's amazing how travel has changed these days. A trip to Australia used to be a long and exhausting travel enterprise. Today, it's a 15-hour flight non-stop from Los Angeles or Dubai. That bridge behind me, the icon of Sydney, it's a harbour bridge. It connects Sydney's downtown or central business district and the North Shore. The local residents call it the coat hanger. I'm at the top of the pylon at the southeast end of the bridge. Great panorama of downtown Sydney and the chance to see the bridge up close, and right below a busy highway. Everyone in Australia says good day, different accents and dialects, but it's always good day.
G'day.
G'day. G'day.
G'day.
Oh, thank you so much. Of course, Australia is a paradise for surfers. I've put on a little weight lately, so I'm not going in the water, but look at these guys. They're in their element. Let's go and talk to them. Okay, what's your favorite break in Sydney?
Just Manly, just out front
In here?
Yeah, just here.
All right. What's the best break in Australia at all?
The left, right there,
Left,
Manly
right there.
Point.
When you surfed at Bell's.
Manly Point left.
All right. Okay, one more question. Can you tell me how to really say good day in Australian? Do I say it right? Good day.
G'day.
Good day.
Yeah,
Can you lean to the camera and say it like really?
You want to get the accent?
G'day.
G'day. All right.
G'day.
Okay, come on in.
Come on in.
Coming in.
This is my brother Jake.
Hey, Jake.
You know, mate.
So, what's your favorite break?
Oh, you know, just Shelley Beach.
Shelley
Breaks
Beach?
around there.
Just
Yeah.
there.
All right.
Nice waves roll through.
Now the most important questions. Who's the better surfer?
Oh, probably Kieran.
Nah,
You
this
are?
bloke.
Yeah. I
Okay.
can't surf either.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's alright. Even he's some shreds.
Okay, can you give me an Australian good day to the camera?
G'day, mate. How you
All
going?
right.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
This is Sydney Aquarium, a beautiful collection of marine life. The shark exhibit is just amazing. Let's go inside and take a look. Another national sport of Australia is cricket. This is Sydney Cricket Ground Stadium. Let's see if we can catch the game. I guess American baseball has some roots in this sport. Wow, did you see that? These guys are really into it. This was England versus India warm-up game. That's why you could see empty seats here. Still, the fans who did watch the game seem to enjoy it. Cricket is more elegant than baseball, and umpires wear cool leather hats. The music you hear in the background is played by this Aboriginal artist from a Kamuri tribe. He was playing his didgeridoo at downtown Sydney Port. He had Aboriginal crafts available for sale also. On February 12th, I took a trip to Blue Mountains and Katoomba Falls, around 100 miles west of Sydney. On the way there, I had a chance to see Russell Crowe's house. It was a pretty long drive, so we stopped for breakfast. Delicious pastries with jam and a cup of tea was just what I needed. I've also enjoyed the view from the restaurant's window. At Katoomba Falls Park, we had to take a ride in a sky tram. It was a truly breathtaking ride to the other side. Katoomba Falls Valley is over 600 feet deep. I really enjoyed the view from the sky tram, and I've had a chance to take great videos here. The falls provides a lifeline of water for all life down below in this otherwise parched terrain. After a short ride, the sky tram has arrived at the top station, and off we went to see the main attraction. Here is Three Sisters Formation, named after a legend of a shaman who turned his daughters into rocks. He loved them so much he wouldn't let them leave home to marriage. What a legend, huh? The air is filled with blue haze. That's why this area is called Blue Mountains. The haze is a mix of dust, steam and vapors from eucalyptus and turpentine trees. The air is clean, though it has a scent of a tropical jungle. Our tour guide has explained the whereabouts of the area.
Katoomba, an Aboriginal place of the shining flowing water. That's what it means, Katoomba. So wait for me when you get there, then we'll all ride the railway down to the bottom, and then there's a 10-minute, 20-minute or 40-minute water walk, and then you can catch the cableway back up, the Swiss cableway.
Before we got to the bottom of the Katoomba Falls, we had to take this crazy ride. This used to be a coal mining area, and these cars transported coal up the hill. Today it's a tourist attraction with kind of a roller coaster feeling to it. It was a pretty steep ride, and I wasn't surprised to see plexiglass shielding all around us. The final stop was an orphan rock. The crazy ride went back uphill, and I took a stroll in the forest. Here is Katoomba Falls at the bottom of the valley. Small brooks and streams crisscross the forest floor. The serene silence and peace of this place is only interrupted by birds chirping happily in this paradise. Eucalyptus and turpentine trees as far as an eye can see. This is definitely not an Australian desert bush. I've spent almost all day here, and I really didn't want to go back to the city. I have a feeling I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, do you like opera? One really cool place in Sydney is Baha'i Temple. It's one of only few temples of this faith which exist in the world. It's interesting to me because one of them is in Chicago. Amazing architecture and interesting beliefs. Baha'i Temple, located just off the Sheridan Road, is a landmark in Chicago. This one is much larger than Sydney Baha'i. Look at these manicured gardens and fountains. Cameras are not allowed inside, and I'm not going to try to sneak one in. That would be disrespectful. When I visited Sydney Baha'i, I was granted a permission to enter with my camera. I was even allowed on the balcony. As you can see, the Sydney Baha'i is much smaller, but still beautiful. I was greeted here with open arms and smile. Boorabee, an Aboriginal word meaning doesn't drink water. A koala, fluffy, sleepy, grumpy koala. Look at these fuzzy ears and this cute nose. Koalas are covered with thick fur, but there is a tiny animal under all that fluff. These animals here are from a koala sanctuary on Phillips Island near Melbourne. They live outdoors in the real environment. I was a visitor here in their world. Fur serves as a protection from oppressive heat, wind and rain. It also acts as a cushion. These guys spend all their life in the trees, walking on the ground only to move to a different tree.
Eucalyptus leaves are a staple of their diet, and koalas are really fussy about what they eat. They prefer certain types of eucalyptus over the others. Their eyesight is poor, but they have a good sense of smell, and it helps them find the gourmet choice of the greenery. Very seldom can you see a koala taking a sip of water from a puddle or a stream. They get most of their water from a juicy eucalyptus tree. That's why Aboriginal Australians call them Boorabee. Featherdale Zoo in Sydney has plenty of koalas living indoors. Here I've had a chance to touch them. My life is now complete. On February 14th, a quick 2-hour flight brought me to Melbourne.
I'm here with a friend of mine, Mrs. Irene, who has invited me to Melbourne. Thank you. Melbourne is gorgeous. What a beautiful skyline. Look at that. The tallest black building over there, that's Eureka Tower, almost 1,000 feet or 300 meters tall.
There it is, in full glory. What a beauty! The building is named after a gold miners' stockade rebellion in 1854. White lines on the side symbolize the markings on a surveyor's staff. I saw this guy last year. How did he get here? The Federation Square in Melbourne is an art center. The Eureka Tower has 88 floors. It's the tallest building in Australia. Let's go upstairs. It's a truly breathtaking view. Soon we will have a chance to see that marina a little closer. This golden building here, it's the Pearl Tower. It's a luxury condominium right in the center of town. That blue building in the back, the Mercedes headquarters in Melbourne. It's located close to the largest intersection in the city, Road M1 and the Power Street. BMW has its own building here also. St. Paul's Cathedral is one of the oldest churches in Melbourne. Mrs. Irene has invited me to a boat ride on the Yarra River. We had to go under really low bridges. The captain has warned us about it. He said they have lost a handful of passengers last time, those who didn't dock on time. Of course it's a joke, but look at these bridges. All I had to do was to stand up and reach. The Yarra River divides Melbourne, and it's an important cargo route for all ships, small and large. Of course, where there is water, there are yachts. Motor and sailboats are a pride of all Melburnians, and they are a convenient way of moving around. 22 bridges connect the riverbanks in Melbourne. Many of them are very original, like this one, the South Wharf Bridge with the white arches. This one, the Webb Bridge, looks like a steel lace construction. It's a bridge for pedestrians and bicycles only. The riverbanks are a prime real estate for houses and hotels. This one looks like spotted 100 Dalmatians. Just like Sydney, Melbourne has a network of ferries and wharves for those who prefer a water commute. Federation Square is also a transportation hub. Look at the numerous train tracks beginning and ending at this place. We've stopped here for a classic English lunch, fish and chips served in a paper cone. The tables had holes for the cones. After lunch, a quick coffee and a pastry hit the spot. These street trams have a circular route around center of town. A ride in these cars is free. It has its charm, but it can be tiring on a hot summer day because these cars don't have air conditioning. The modern street trams are air-conditioned and they run far beyond the city center limits, but you must buy a ticket to get on board. Another symbol of Australia is opal, a semi-precious stone mined almost exclusively here. These unprocessed opals look like clams. When cut and polished, they sparkle with a million colors. Some opals are found in veiny stone deposits looking like marble. The end product is jewelry, rings, necklaces, and all kinds of sparkly gems. Melbourne is a city of contrasting architecture. Skyscrapers intermingle with old-time neighborhoods. Rich tropical vegetation complements the beauty of the town. Here it is again, the Pearl Tower, and right below, a Subway restaurant. The traffic rides on the left side of the road, and I was scared to death at every intersection. An old Italian neighborhood close to Eureka Tower and the city center has its charm. I really like these restaurants and cafes. The bees on the side of the building symbolize hard labor and gold excavated at the Ballarat gold mine. The miners who worked there couldn't take the exploitation and bad work conditions. They rebelled against it and they won, though 60 of them were murdered. The Eureka Stockade Rebellion has established grounds for better labor law in Australia.
Here is a gold mine Ballarat near Sovereign Hill where some of these events took place. It's a tourist attraction today. Let's take a look inside.
Marching English redcoats have greeted us at the gates. This group put on quite a show, including musket firing. The ladies were probably not impressed. Their dresses were era appropriate, but definitely not climate appropriate. Ballarat was one of many gold mines in the area. It's the only one which survived in such good condition, including some of the original equipment. A local print shop would produce ads, posted signs, and even a small local newspaper. Hotel Victoria would give a room and board to visitors, rich and poor. Probably mostly rich, because the hotel fancied a nice theater, and I couldn't imagine a poor miner visiting it. The theater is in use today, but we didn't have time to stay for a show. Is there anybody behind that curtain? There was even a stagecoach factory here. This gentleman showed us how to put a spoke wheel together. With a 19th century water-propelled machinery, they were able to produce quite nice coaches. Of course, the reason why it was all here was gold. Shiny, precious gold, a source of good and evil. Hope pushed miners underground into horrible working conditions. Greed pushed the owners into exploiting miners to a last drop of sweat. A person would go to work in the morning and return home injured, or he would not return home at all. That's why and how the rebellion started. The lives were lost, but it was a victory in the end. Another method of mining gold is panning. It was a popular method used in Alaskan gold rush. There is no more gold in Ballarat today, except for shiny coins brought in by tourists. We ended our tour with a lunch at a 19th century restaurant, and we moved on to our next adventure.
There is one more amazing place everyone visiting Australia must see. We have just arrived at the 12 Apostles Beach. It's a rock formation created by tides and storms. Over millennia, ocean has washed away the soft rock, creating these incredible monuments. Take a look.
Amazing Australian birds fill every corner of the land. The miniature penguins live on the coast. I guess they have it here much easier than their cousins from Antarctica. I was not allowed to film them at Phillips Island, but there were plenty of them in Sydney. Ibis birds, clever thieves, roam free in the cities and in the wild. I love this heron flying by. I've even spotted a dragon in Melbourne. Just kidding. Parrots and cockatoos live free, and you can often see them in parking lots. Swans and geese are used to car noise. They go about and they don't mind the traffic around them. And this is Cassowary, an incredible bird with a helmet on his head. It's a grain and fruit eater, but it's huge and scary. This gentle giant is a shy bird, though when upset, it can inflict serious damage with these talons. There are known incidents of cassowary injuring and even killing people. It's a protected species, but honestly, I don't know who would want to mess with that beak and these claws. On more gentle side, here is a wombat. It's also a marsupial who burrows deep holes in the ground. I bet you farmers wouldn't want any wombats in their wheat fields. This is an echidnae, a small anteater. It's a mammal who, just like platypus, lays eggs, another Australian phenomenon. I've spotted this gorgeous lizard in Sydney. A Tasmanian devil posed to a photo at Phillips Island. The opossums would come to Mrs. Irene's house in Melbourne for a quick meal every evening. Parrots, kookaburras, emus, eagles, and dingoes. That's Australian animals. Oh, and yes, there are kangaroos. They use their huge legs and tails to move around in huge leaps. The record speed was clocked at 44 miles per hour. They're rather shy, though these guys are familiar with people. I was able to lure them with cereal-like food given to us by animal caretakers. I've had a chance to touch and pet them at Phillips Island. We were guests here in a park which looked like kangaroos' natural habitat. They hopped around and stuck their funny noses everywhere. Oh, look at this cute Joey. They are marsupials also. Can you imagine carrying a baby in a pouch for months on end, even when the baby is not a baby at all anymore? I saw two subspecies of the kangaroos. This one here, a wallaby, has a pointy nose and it's brown. The proper kangaroos are grey and they have a broad muzzle. Their fur is soft and thin. These animals are very muscular. Curious creature was sticking his nose in my camera lens. Hey Mamaroo, I'm not going to bother your baby. Here is your cereal. Now let me take a picture. There you go, Mr. Kangaroo. Eat your treat and leave some for your neighbors. I'll see you later. Well, this is it. I've flown this incredible plane and I saw beautiful trains. There was even a surfboard in LA. I've met old friends and I've made new friends. I saw gorgeous animals and stunning architecture. I've even tried a Vegemite sauce. I'll be back in Australia in 2 years to see a Great Barrier Reef. But for now, all I have to say is, "G'day mates." It doesn't always work first time when you make a film. Like in this shot, I somehow missed a big garbage can in the middle. Hello, you need to smile sometimes, Albert. Here a fly decided to take a rest on my lens. Here I couldn't decide whether to zoom in or zoom out. Zoom in or zoom out. I talk about shark exhibit here. Well, there is a shark inside, but this guy, he doesn't look like a shark. Teenagers here really wanted a selfie with a kangaroo. Listen to them. And here is a beautiful and boring view of a tree trunk. I was really tired here. After a whole day trip, I just couldn't keep it steady. It could have been a nice shot. I have to learn my remotes. This one goes right. No. Left. No. What about this one? No? Take two.
I have a feeling I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, do you like opera?
And this remote doesn't work at all.
Cut.
And here is a beautiful shot of a big hunk of metal. And another shot of my equipment bag. Oh yeah, and there is a bridge behind it.
Used to be an exhausting and very long travel.
People walking behind me and stomping were shaking this whole platform, confusing me. Did you see that shaking? Oh, and by the way, look at my raccoon eyes. I have to learn to stop making movies at high noon. And the crowd of people was just relentless. Legs and legs and legs. Keep going and going. Okay, go ahead, I can wait. How many more? That many? More? Okay, now? No? Listen to the wind howling. It was just unbelievable. No platypus here. He just wouldn't show up. I had to be more patient. And this boat was going up and down, up and down. Luckily, I don't have a seasickness. I used my mouse to control a tablet, but somehow it didn't work or I couldn't find it. Listen to me grumping here. And here is a finger. I use the fisheye lens to capture these artistic views of the city. You see, there it is again. It's creeping up again. Oh, here is a whole hand. Oh, jeez. Where's the finger? Oh, there it is. And this is in Wilmette, in Illinois. Here's my shadow. And here's a finger. I've tried to make some commentary here, but I just couldn't use this material. So much car noise on this small side street. Listen to this.
Permission to enter with my camera. I was even allowed on a balcony, which was a real treat. As you can see, the Sydney Bahai is much smaller, but it's beautiful, and I was greeted
I had to delete this whole scene.
Which exist in the world. It's interesting to me.
Here are
because one
some
of them is in
stumbles.
Chicago. Amazing architecture. Cut.
People continuously walked into my shot. Take two. Nope, didn't work again. Here is the Eureka Tower. Didn't work. Here is the 12 Apostles Beach. More people walking in. Here is the Ballarat gold mine. Here at the Phillips Island, I didn't check my recordings, and look at that. I have this stream of light across my face. Totally useless. I had high expectation from this shot, but look at that big blob in the middle. A speck of dust completely ruined it. And there is a blob again. I really wanted to use that shot of a flag. Didn't happen. More equipment in the shot. Look at that. Where it is? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. A nice tripod. Where's my remote? Oh, there's my remote. Now I have a remote. Take two.
What a beautiful skyline. Look at that. That tallest black building over there.
At this point, the camera was supposed to be zooming in on the skyline of Melbourne. Didn't work. Ah. Look at this woman behind us. She was really not sure what to do and what's going on. Okay, go ahead. We're not gonna bite you.
It's February 8th, and it's the peak of the Australian summer.
Okay, go ahead.
Look at this weather. I left Chicago 3 days ago.
We're just filming here. Go ahead.
I'm going to enjoy every minute.
No?
Cut.
That's a good girl.
I had to delete the entire soundtrack from the Sydney Aquarium. This is how it sounded like in the building.
I'm not going to make any rude comments here. Just watch.
We have just arrived at the 12 Apostles Beach. It's a rock formation created by tides and storms. Over millennia, ocean has washed away the soft rock, creating these incredible monuments. Take a look.
We took a look, alright? I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see Australia again in 2 years, but for now, good day.